everyone, this is Rachel. Thanks for clicking on my video. And I came in to do a review of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Reunion Show Part 2. Now, this reunion show started with Joseline and Stevie J. And the host, Nina Parker, wanted to know exactly what happened with Stevie and Joseline outside of the reunion. And basically, Stevie told her that Joseline quit. And Nina was like, "Do you mean quit the reunion or quit the entire show?" And basically, Stevie told her, no, she quit the entire show. Now, they flashed out to outside. Joseline standing out there talking to Stevie, saying that she only wanted to be on the stage with Dime, Melissa, him, because she really didn't film with the other people. Basically, she said that she don't fuck with the other people and other people don't fuck with her, so why should she be on the stage with them? So Stevie is trying to convince her to come on in and blah blah blah. She talks about how the show has told her that if she doesn't come in and film the reunion, I guess they're gonna hold up her contract. And she was like, "Fuck, Love and Hip Hop. She'll be filming movies and all of this stuff." Now I hadn't heard about Joseline getting any movie offers. If y'all heard about any, let me know down in the comments. But like everyone has said, I think Joseline has torn her ass. You know, she is showing her butt, and really Love and Hip Hop is what made her. Even if she was done with the show, she should have left, on a good footing with Mona, because Viacom or whoever owns that show has, a bunch of shows out there, has a bunch of power out in Hollywood, and she doesn't want to tear her ass with them because she may not be able to get work anywhere. And when they get back in, and Stevie sits down, um, basically Stevie says it's like an end of an era, and was bittersweet to him. Now Mimi, on the other hand, is not feeling it. She talks about Joseline calling Child Protective Services to her house. Stevie says that they came to his house as well. Mimi was pissed because she said they went through everything in her house, even to her refrigerator. We're opening up drawers, closets, everything, because of all those allegations that Joseline made. Now, Mimi is right, because if Joseline had done that to me, those allegations are nothing to be played with. When Child Protective Services come in, your child could be taken from you on a whim, and then you have to fight to get your child back, and you didn't even do anything. Joseline did that to be vindictive, but it could have blown up Mimi's whole thing with her child and caused all kind of problems. So with that, I'm with Mimi on this. Now, Stevie moved on from this to talk about his new Latin artist, Estelita. He's saying he signed her to Danger Zone. And basically, Estelita and Carly Red talked about what happened with them. And Estelita, apologized to Carly for calling her old and all of this stuff. And Carly accepted her apology. And pretty much with them, that was it. Basically, Carly was like, "Well, I was, riding with Joseline at that time, and I knew, that it would cause a problem with us." And she said basically she didn't like her from the beginning. So they kind of squashed whatever little thing they had going between them two, because it really wasn't nothing. Carly was just pretty much trying to have Joseline's back and coming off, a little cold towards Estelita, and Estelita really hadn't done anything to her. And then when Estelita picked up on that Carly was a little bit throwing shade at her, she threw it right back. Now, I thought it was interesting when Mimi was saying that she preferred if Stevie was going to be messing around with somebody that it would be Estelita, that she would make a much better stepmother than Joseline. And Stevie told Mimi, it seems like you like her more than I do. I think he said she can have her or something, but I thought that was funny. And Mimi said that she already had a girl, she didn't need her. But Mimi did seem rather interested. Y'all know she swing both ways, so they could be having a threesome soon. You don't know. Now, child, the next part was Mama D and Ernest. Y'all, Mama D is an old player. Her and Ernest, I don't know why, y'all, but they crack me up. Mama D is the man. Ernest is the woman. It is so fucking funny. Mama D is gonna say that she might be old, but her pussy still get wet. She is sick and tired of Ernest being over there with his mama. She said that he was in a relationship with his mother. Ernest is this poor man was trying to answer a question. Mama D talked all over him. He was like, "Can I have the floor for a moment?" She let him talk for about 2.5 seconds and then she jumped in. She said the man had finally started paying bills. I think she just be putting Ernest, poor old Ernest, out there. And it's funny, but it seems like that Scrappy, while he's embarrassed of his mother, I think he believes that at least this time, Mama D has the upper hand. He finds them funny. You could tell that he does. He's embarrassed by her, but he kind of, it seems like, sides with Ernest on some issues because Mama D, she is running Ernest, y'all. It's kind of sad and funny, but I think whatever they have, it works for them. It just, y'all, it cracks me up. Mama D is over the top. She was my mother. I would be, I would love her, but I would be so embarrassed because she don't hold nothing back, child. Y'all, the next person that they kind of talked to was that fucking lovely Mimi. Oh my God, y'all. Is it just me or does she aggravate all of y'all? That sparkly bitch is loud. Oh my gosh, she is loud and fucking annoying. Y'all, every time she kind of bucked up and the security had to run in, y'all, it was sequins flying all over everywhere. Do you know that she annoys me so much that I don't even know what she was talking about? I didn't pay attention because her voice is like fingernails on a chalkboard. So I'm gonna move on past that because honestly, I don't even know what she was talking about. Now, the next thing they talk about was the Jamaica trip. They talked about Jock and Treasure and Dime and that whole thing, with Treasure showing up, speaking out of turn and getting her wig pulled by Jessica Dime, child. Jessica Dime just politely went over there and shook her wig all up. Shit, girl, that shit was funny. And Dime told her she will beat her ass on sight every time she see her. Child, Dime is not feeling her. They talked about Dime getting engaged on the trip, and her ring is beautiful. And you could tell she is so happy. And you know what? I'm happy for her because she seems so happy. Even when they showed the clip of the guy proposing to her, she got teary eyed. So I think that her life has calmed down and she is so ready for this to happen. And I'm happy for her. And I hope that it works out. I hope, that she throws everything that she has into it. And I hope he does too, because she seems so happy with him and so in love. Now, speaking of love, they talked about whether Jock and Carly had hooked up on the Jamaica trip. Now, Mimi said that, they had gone to Jock's room and, when she left, Carly left, but she said Carly must have doubled back and something happened between her and Jock. Now, neither one of them said that, nothing didn't happen. So I'm led to believe that they did have some type of relations between each other. Now, I think that they will never be a couple again, but I think that they don't have a problem hooking up every once in a while. But I really don't think that Jock is feeling her like that. Actually, I believe that if Jock was going to be serious about her, I think Carly would give him another chance. Although I wouldn't backtrack on you know, going back to John. They also talked about when Kurt showed up and how it had fucked up Rashida's trip, her little getaway from all the drama that was going on in her life. She basically said that she went there to get away from everything and she didn't appreciate, the pop up and it wasn't a good pop up for her. Y'all, and pretty much that was it with them. Now, next they talked to Tommy and they tried to talk to Tommy about her mom, but because that situation is so volatile, soon as they asked her the question, Tommy got up and walked off. Now, in the meantime, Jessica Dime has said, I wish she would have stayed because there was something that I wanted to tell her. And she talked about how Tommy had told everybody that when she was younger that her mother had her in and out of juvie. And Jessica Dime wanted to tell her that her mom had did the same thing to her. So she understood, you know, that relationship that Tommy had with her mother more than what Tommy realized it. And she felt for her. I guess Jessica Dime felt like, you know, I had gone through the same thing, and I know that for some women, some young girls, that's the beginning of the problems. And she was kind of commiserating with Tommy. And I think, in the back when Tommy had a chance to listen to what people were saying, I think Tommy at first was embarrassed to break down on the stage. She didn't want people to see her being weak. But after she heard all the comments that people were saying, Mama D and all of that, I think it made Tommy come back out. And she just explained that, prior to the show that her and her mother were at an okay place. And she said that first scene that her mother had on the show when Tommy had got out of jail and she came back to the house and her mother had got into it, she didn't know where that was coming from. She said that the show had asked for, I guess, like a turned up scene, an angry scene, and this is what her mother did. And she said basically after that, she was pissed with her because I guess Tommy felt like you didn't have to go that far, calling her bitches and hoes and, ready to fight her and all of that. And when Nina asked her, you know, where were they at this point, she basically said that things weren't good. And, y'all, that situation with her mother, that's going to take some time because right now Tommy is not feeling her mother. And I think it's because her mother didn't do what she was supposed to when Tommy was growing up, and Tommy holds a grudge against her as plain as day. The mother won't admit any wrong and really mean it, and because of that, Tommy don't really want to fuck with her. Now, around this time, they bring KK on the screen. KK cannot show up to the reunion show because she recently had surgery, but she basically comes on and continues to blast Tommy. Now, y'all know KK made an Instagram post where she basically outed Tommy, said that she was a fraud, she was an actress, and in that Instagram post, she talked about how Tommy used to work for her, and she gave Tommy clothes to go on Love and Hip Hop. It was her that got Tommy the spot on Love and Hip Hop. So when KK came on, she pretty much just continued on that vein. She said that she needs an apology from Tommy. Tommy ain't apologizing to her. She said that Tommy got everybody on that stage fooled, that she's an actress, that she's putting on. Her and Tommy went back and forth for a minute, but whatever has gone down between them, KK ain't playing. she said that if Tommy don't apologize with her and I guess get right with her, that Tommy's black ass is going to jail. So y'all, I don't know if these two are ever gonna bridge whatever gap is between them. And Tommy had talked about KK telling her that she would be a good wife for her son. For some reason, I don't believe that KK told her all that. I believe it's what KK said. KK said when she did that Instagram post that if Tommy came on the show, that Tommy could pretend to be her son's girlfriend. Because y'all know during that Instagram post, she basically said that they were not a couple, that all of that was to get Tommy on the show and give her a break. And honestly, y'all, if KK went through all of that, and got Tommy on the show and, you know, was able to get her a spot, I don't think that Tommy has to kiss KK's ass thanking her every 5 minutes, but there is a certain level of appreciation that she should show KK because had it not been for KK, she would not have this platform on Love and Hip Hop because at this point, Tommy, had started to be a fan favorite. So that whole situation there, I don't know how they're going to resolve that, but KK was pissed, y'all. Now, moving on, they had talked to Melissa about the whole thing with Joseline and Arion and Mimi and all that stuff. And y'all, did y'all see Melissa's hair? Melissa had got her hair done, child, and she was ready for the reunion show, child. She had a what's that little comedian's name? I can't think of his name, the little short comedian. But she had one of his hairstyles going. Well, anyway, her and Arion was going back and forth. They had had something in the past, and I guess Arion didn't tell Mimi, and it caused a couple little problems. And they talked about how Mimi was not fucking with Melissa because Melissa was fucking with Joseline, and that whole thing. Um, on the show, Melissa comes off as a sweet lesbian trying to get everybody together. But I saw on the reunion that she could have a mean side if she wants to. Now she was still respectful, to a certain degree, but for some reason her and Arion got some unfinished business because they seem uber mad at each other. Mimi seemed like pretty much as long as you messing with Joseline, I'm not gonna have anything to do with you, and that's it. But Arian seemed to have something else, her and Melissa, and I don't know if it's Mimi or whatever, because it sounded like Melissa said she messed around with Mimi and she messed around with Arian. I don't know what that is. Is Arian jealous because maybe Mimi didn't mess around with her? I don't know. Because a lot of people believe that Mimi and Arian have messed around in the past. I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. But then, y'all, moving on, they talked about Scrappy and Bambi and basically, asked Mama D, did she feel responsible, you know, for setting up the sit down and them talking. And Mama D said no, there were problems before that. And she was just trying as a last ditch effort to set up some counseling and just see if they could work it out. Basically, Scrappy said that, you know, Bambi is a good person, but just because you love someone doesn't mean that, you're supposed to be together. And he said that I guess he will always consider her a friend, but it's best that he go his own way and she goes hers. He talks about going on to Miami. He said that he was already there and things are starting, I guess, to pick up for him down there. He wants to focus on his music. He does not want to right now focus on any particular woman. He does admit though that the other side of his bed gets a little cold, but he wants to focus on his music. And y'all, for me, that pretty much was the reunion show. I know they did a little montage of, scenes that had happened on the show that people thought were funny or interesting or just, provocative or whatever. And that was the end of the Love and Hip Hop reunion. I don't know, y'all. Oh yeah, there was a scene where Tommy jumped up and put her foot all up on the table and was acting all ghetto and stuff. I don't know. Y'all, Tommy is pretty, but she got some issues. And she is a wee bit ghetto. Her ghetto side show came out. But that was pretty much it for me. Y'all, I have been filming videos. I got about 3 videos that I need to upload that for some reason YouTube will not let me upload these videos. So I'm going to try again today because by the time I get the videos uploaded, the news will be old news. So with that, everyone, thanks for watching. I will catch you. I can't even talk this morning. Catch you in the next video. You guys have a great day. Bye-bye now.